and one drop of water, how it reacts to that frequency. This is actually one drop of water that reacts to it and creates different shapes. Next. This is a different frequency and it causes a perfectly pentagonal shape in the drop of water. Notice the perfect symmetry caused by the sound vibration. And this is a side view of it. What's happening here is that the drop of water actually doesn't just react to the sound vibration, but it actually participates in the process of every second frequency, the drop goes up and then goes down. So it's not, it kind of reacts to the sound vibration and participates in the process. It's not just being affected by the sound, but it actually reacts to the sound vibration. Go ahead, next slide. The narration to this is actually in German, that's why there's no sound right now, because this particular scientist is a German scientist researching this. And he's narrating at this point that this particular sequence reminds him of a heartbeat. And they're discovering now that before there is even a heartbeat in a baby's heart, when it's an embryo, there's already the sound of the heartbeat. They can hear the sound before there's even the organ of the heart. So you want to play that again? Just press the back arrow once. And then forward. So the pulsating of a drop of water under the influence of sound vibration. Okay. Notice all the different shapes created. Now this is a vial of water about 3 inches in diameter, purified water. And different types of music and sound being played right underneath the vial with a big speaker. Here's some still shots of that process at 22.1 hertz. That's a really low frequency for those who are familiar with the audio spectrum. And you can just cycle through these until you get to a certain size. 27.9 hertz, we're going up in the frequency range. Look at these perfectly symmetrical patterns created in water from different frequencies of sound. If we try to draw this with a ruler and a compass, it takes forever, and it's just like within a split second, a particular frequency of sound generates that pattern. Now, this research scientist is experimenting with different types of music, different types of instruments. So this is an Australian wind instrument, a big didgeridoo, and that's the image it makes in the water. The orchestral music of Stockhausen, a modern composer. This is a gong, the sound of a gong, and notice how it resembles something. It almost looks like a gong, doesn't it? The chanting of Tibetan monks. Music of Ravi Shankar. The Shiva Tandava Mantra. Anybody notice anything particular in the image created in this vial of water? Shiva Tandava Mantra is the mantra of Shiva's cosmic dance. Shiva is the god of dance. Sacred Om, perfectly concentric circles from smallest to largest. And here they're comparing the shapes created to shapes we find in nature. And the insinuation is that there's a process of sound vibration behind the process of creation that we see. Because it's so similar if you look at those patterns created. This is a side view of the sound affecting the vial of water. This is from a German television documentary done about this research. And now, bringing it back to the concept of sacred sound and mantra meditation, our bodies are made up of 70% water, so the natural thought process is what's happening to our bodies when we listen to different types of sound. different types of sound vibration. It's affecting each drop of water in our bodies, and as a whole, what's happening. And we're listening, and we're being affected by different types of sound. These are just some slides showing the research involved with sound and music and healing in hospitals around the world. Sounds and the different modes of nature. For those who are in the yoga circles, you're a little bit familiar with the concept. There's sound in the mode of ignorance, and it produces a certain effect. There's sound in the mode of passion. There's sound in the mode of goodness. Different types of sound vibration and how they affect our emotions and our bodies when we listen to those sounds. And now we're looking at, remember this slide of the shape caused by the mantra Om in the water? Perfectly concentric circles. Here's how people have been writing Om mandalas for thousands of years before they knew about this research. Om in the center and all of these concentric circles emanating from it, all the mantras. Because Om represents the source of all sound vibration. It represents the divine source of everything that we hear.